Okay, we should be live now, I think. I don't know, it's giving me some issues here. Okay, we're good. Hi, how's it going, everyone? This is Mitchell Mander here, and welcome to my live stream. Today we're going to be talking about Pokemon Horizons episode 130. Bloodmoon Ursaluna debut. We got Hamber versus Sango, Onyx, and Agate. Near Rakua, too. So, how was this episode overall? Well, before I get started, just a few things, especially for those that are brand new here. If you're coming across the stream for the first time, usually what we do here is I usually give it about 5 to 10 minutes for chat to show up, and we've already got a few people here, it looks like. After which I give a summary of the episode, and then after the summary is done, let me turn this down a bit. After I'm done with my summary, I go over to the chat, read the comments from the chat. We usually go on about an hour, hour and a half, and yeah. We have a lot of fun here for the most part. But, yeah. Another thing is the music you hear in the background comes from the Video Game Study Lounge by Game Chops. It's lo-fi video game music, along with some remixes and originals here and there. And interesting enough, I guess they were playing Star Wars when I first started booted up the stream, so I guess you can have stuff outside of video games featured in the Video Game Study Lounge, even if it's, I mean, I guess Star Wars technically does have video games, so yeah. So you should check it out sometime, link in the description. Anyways, let's see who's all here. Any fans here? Hey, hello chat. Harlster's here. Hey, what's up? Sharon's here. Hello. It's been pretty good. Battle animation was quite good, especially in Trick Room. Yep. Hey, what's up, Thomas? Love this episode. 9 out of 10. How's it going? It's going pretty good. Just chilling. It's Saturday. Got the sleep in. Feel pretty good. It was good learning about the backstories of these characters. Yeah, we'll get into that in a minute. A specific character kind of outshined the others, but yeah. For all the right reasons, too. There was a focus shot of Sango and Onyx's wrist, so they could have also have Mega Evolution. They could, but we don't know that. But I was gonna say, I don't think Onyx can, but doesn't he have Aerodactyl that he never uses? I guess if they wanted to kind of take things to the next level, but yeah, we'll get into that in a moment. Hamber's a G. One way to put it. Before I go any further, I just want to say if you're liking the stream so far, do me a favor and hit that like button. Obviously, if you've already done so, you've already done your part. Let's try to get the 10 likes up in here, folks. And remember to vote in the poll. We have 8 votes, so we should have at least 8 likes. I always like it when I have more votes than likes. Like, let's try to keep them even, if possible. But 10-9 is currently winning with 62% of the vote, and 8-7 is in second with 38%, and the other 2 entries don't have any votes currently. So the strong spheres are widely available and are affecting the trainers and Pokemon. We'll get to that in a moment once I get to my summary. Yep. But yeah, we're already seeing some ramifications for the strong fears going public, but we'll get into that in a moment here. It's going to be interesting to see where we go from here. I'll have more thoughts on that towards the end of the stream, but yeah, I have some thoughts after this episode and then the next episode that we're getting next week. With those trainers, it feels like the effects of strong traits are affecting the behavior of the trainers in battle. No, I don't think it's really affecting them. They're not the ones that are being affected. They just don't realize but they're feeding their Pokemon. The only one we know that kind of got obsessed with the Requiem was Lucius, and he kind of used that to preserve himself for 100 years. You haven't really seen that happen to anybody else. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start my summary of this episode. We'll resume. Thomas just dropped a comment. We'll start when we get when I get done with my summary here. Okay, so episode 130 of Pokemon Horizons. So, the strong spheres have officially entered the public. People can go buy them, and they are flying off the roofs. Dot, in disguise, watches a battle in Levencia, and it's already pretty brutal what's going on. But yeah, it seems like the strong spheres are a hit, and the sales are through the roof. The demand is so great, and Exceed is definitely making their money. So everything's going according to plan. And Spinel is like, yep, we pretty much won. There's nothing the Resinable Tacklers can do. But then again, Amethio is a problem. So Agate, could you go and go to Rakua and make sure nobody tries to sneak in? They might be trying to do something. Oh, and by the way, your wish will be made true soon enough. More on that in a second. But anyways, we go to Sango, Onyx, and Agate heading to Rakua. And as they arrive there, their former teacher approaches them, Hamber, who pleads with them to basically turn against Spinel, and kind of, come to reality and realize that the strong spheres are dangerous for Pokemon, and also can sever the bonds between Pokemon and, trainer. So he's like, you guys know that you guys have bonds with your Pokemon. I trained each one of you, so please stop. But they resist, and he also reveals that Agate was formerly a teacher. More on that in a second. And although Sango and Onyx hesitate for a minute just because they're already showing some resentment towards Spinel and don't really like kind of how they're being, treated currently within the organization, Agate basically tells them to shut it down, and then they all face him in battle. So it's a 3v1 with Sango, Onyx, and Agate versus Hamber here. Although he has two of his Pokemon. He has his Dusknoir that's Terrasilize and his Rotom. And despite the fact that it's basically 3 Pokemon on 2, he's actually handling them pretty well. Especially when he throws up Trick Room, which basically he has everyone, right where he wants them. And although Medicham is using Calm Mind over and over again, it's the opposite effect is happening. Although it manages to outlast the Trick Room, and it seems like Hamber's in a bit of trouble, as both of his Pokemon get taken out. So he's out of Pokemon, so game over. Hamber lost. The students have surpassed the teacher. But not yet. Because Hamber actually has another ace up his sleeve. Bloodmoon Ursaluna on this full moon night. And it turns out that this Kitakami trip, not only did Diana get a Petrarunt, we got Hamber getting Bloodmoon Ursaluna. So what else is this Kitakami trip hiding? Because, whoa. Both of them got a new powerful Pokemon. That's pretty crazy. We also, before I go any further, we do get the backstories revealed for these characters. When it comes to Sango and Onyx, it's more basic, where Sango is basically just a bully that was just battling everyone, and, she wants all the attention for herself, and Hamber offers her, a place within the Explorer so she can basically go crazy. So we know why Sango's the way she is in the Explorers. It's because Hamber's like, yep, just go ham. Just self-destruct everywhere. Self-destruct activated. Then we have Onyx, who was actually a street fighter. He was kind of a punk, to the point where he was rather feared. However, Hamber actually defeats him and offers him a place in the Explorers, so he can He's basically tells them the world is vast, you know, come join us and, you know, get stronger and work for us, give you a fulfilling career. So he does so. Agate's is the most interesting, though, because it's kind of neat because she actually came from a humble background where she was actually a school teacher. However, unfortunately, her school was failing due to, you know, high tuition costs and, you know, students having to pull out. So, unfortunately, her school had to shut down. So, you know, harsh reality. But Hamber actually offers her a place in the Explorers in exchange for making her dream come true by giving her, you know, a new school, it seems. And I was going to say Lucius, or not Lucius, Gibeon, excuse me. Gibeon, you know, was rich, so I'm pretty sure that he could probably fund her school, so there's that. Have I been calling Gibeon and Lucius, mixing the two up? Oh well. Anyways, so their backstories are rather interesting. But anyways, Bloodmoon Ursaluna manages to steal the show. And although the other three have strong spheres on their Pokemon, one by one they defeated Sango, blowing up Glalie, which takes out Onyx's Pokemon, Garganacl. And then, which just leaves Medicham, who is losing to Bloodmoon Ursaluna. And although he basically tells them, hey, one last time, hey, you guys can't lose sight of your bond with your Pokemon. Do you guys really want this? You were formerly a teacher. You know, we were going to offer you something. We're not exactly, like, you know, we were kind of a shady organization, but, like, what you wanted was actually something that was good, but, like, what you're doing now, you know, that's, you know, you might benefit yourself, but you're going to, you know, cause harm to others. Like, is this really what you want? You know, you can't lose sight of your bond with your Pokemon, and that's what you guys are doing. And then she reveals that she actually has a Mega Rain, which she Mega Evolves her Medicham. So it's Mega Evolution plus Strong Spheres, which is a pretty deadly combination. Although it really makes her Pokemon strong, which takes down the Bloodmoon Ursaluna, but immediately it, you know, falls in battle because, you know, using both is too much of a energy cost. So technically it's a draw. But Hamber's out of Pokemon, and there's some guards nearby that try to seize Hamber and, you know, take him into custody, but he manages to escape with Bloodmoon Ursaluna. But unfortunately, he basically admits defeat and says that he's going to rely on Master Methio now, who is presumably gotten 100% Zygarde. Hopefully we still have an episode in the pipeline for something, you know, for that here in the future. Anyways, moving on to Liko and the others, they get a call from Freed, who's basically done, you know, he's done with all his stuff at the Devon Corporation, so he's going to meet up with the Rising Bolt Tacklers. He's got one more thing to take care of, but he's going to be meeting up with them soon. Another thing, too, is Liko needs to meet up with her grandmother because they discussed the Terra types, you know, and we pretty much have all their Pokemon, you know, in place. The 6 hero Pokemon, Meowscarada, Skeledirge, Hedorine, Kilowattrel, Captain Pikachu for Freed's representation in it. Then we have Quaquaval, Tinkaton, and then for the others we also have Samurott with Anne, Palmont, Nimona, Sylveon, Penny, Petulant, Diana, and then crap, what's his face? Cerulege. I almost called them Soul Blades. But that's pretty much our 18 Terra types right there listed out. So we need to actually go and pick up Diana, which I think that's probably what we're doing, you know, here really soon. But anyways, they go back, they meet up with the Rising Bolt Tacklers, they congratulate Roy on his capture of Rayquaza, and all that stuff too. But they're gonna be getting ready to go to Rakua soon because the Brave Asagi is almost ready to depart. We do have to get Diane at some point too, so she's part of the gang. So yeah, champions are assembling here, and you know Liko is determined to not let the bonds of Pokemon be shattered worldwide. As things have started out, and this is only the beginning. Things are only going to get worse from here. So we gotta save the world. That's where this episode comes to an end. So overall, I think this was a pretty good episode. I actually liked it. They delved into the backstories of these characters. Sango and Onyx, you know, maybe a little bit more basic, but I can accept it because it fits their characters. Agate, you know, I actually have to say I have to give my applause to Horizons because Agate was a character that people have been frustrated with because they haven't done a whole lot with her. And she ends up having, like, a very interesting backstory. It's kind of interesting that she's willing to, you know, set up her school, but she's willing to essentially go to the dark side to do it. So, you know, she's a bit of a hypocrite in that sense, but, like, I actually think, you know, I actually like this. So, I thought it was pretty good. Hamber has his new Pokemon Bloodmoon Ursaluna. That Kitakami trip is definitely paying off. That's for sure. But things are definitely ramping up here as we are getting ready to go to Rakua again for round 2. And it also makes me think that Sango and Onyx and eventually Agate are probably going to end up turning on Spinel because especially Sango and Onyx are like, they're already starting to hesitate, so I feel like they're going to get to the point where they're going to realize that what they're doing is wrong and eventually turn on Spinel. And then I get the feeling that I've said this before. I said this a long time ago. I guarantee you, you know, Spinel says he's going to make Agate's wish come true, but I can tell you right now that he is definitely not going to see that through, and he's probably going to end up turning on her and betraying her. And basically saying, like, yep, there's no point for your school at this point in my world. Since he essentially would control the world at that point. He controls the narrative, controls Pokemon battles, gets all the money, kind of winning, you know. So why would he need to fund this random school? So I'm expecting Agate to, you know, eventually turn on him. But this is just a hint that that might be coming down the road. But a solid episode in my opinion. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. So yeah, that's my thoughts. What about you guys? What do you guys think? Anyways, let's get back to the chat, because you guys have once again filled my chat up with a bunch of comments. So let's see if I can catch up this time, or take like the rest of the stream to catch up. All right. So starting with Thomas's comment, it's a little over convenient that it is obvious that the strong shares are bad, but no one in the general public is noticing. Again, overly convenient for the sake of the plot. I wouldn't expect, it's Pokemon, dude. Wouldn't expect it to, you know, not be like overly convenient. But I will say that there are some signs that maybe some people are noticing that it's bad, because in that battle in Levincia, when that one trainer's Pokemon ran off, showing that like his bond with that Pokemon is just dead, some people noted that it was scary. So maybe there's some, you know, some things that are kind of growing amongst people, but like the general public is not going to see that, and by the time they see it, it's going to be too late. So we kind of got to, you know, move into, you know, trying to actually destroy the Requiem once and for all before that gets out of control. Dot was there watching what was going on. She has more insider info. I guess that maybe Agate got fired from her job or something happened where she decided to quit. Did you watch the episode? Because the episode literally shows her like school getting shut down. She didn't get fired. She basically got laid off because, well, school closed down. Feel like Sango is getting mega glalie. I guess we'll find out. What I loved is that also potentially plants the seeds of more potential backstabber. Yep, exactly what I just said. Alright, there we go. Sound was out for a second. Was it? You guys can hear me good, right? Dang. What's up, Beast Mode God, by the way? Looked like Onyx was a loner and bullied. No, not really bullied. He was kind of the bully. He was ready for Roy vs. Master Mayonnaise and Mega Halucha, Mega Lucario Z. Next episode I am. We will talk about that later. Mega Lucario Z, since Lucario's been losing lately. We'll talk about that later. Hamber now has 3 Pokemon. Coral had a Haunter plush. Yep. Love Agate was actually given the most spotlight in this episode because out of the 3, she's had the least. Exactly. Mega Machamp is dope. Wonder though, will Roy alternate Mega Lucario stones between the original Z versions, or we just use Z version? I have no idea. We'll find out. Good episode. All other Explorer members gone from their team. Now Hamber might do as his former colleague has done, try to stop the Explorers. Hamber, the madman. He's gonna need a little bit of help. If this episode proved anything, he can't handle it on his own, so he's gonna need 100% Zygarde to smite his enemies. I see why people are upset about Roy getting all the power-ups, but he earned it. Well, those people are wrong. He legitimately earned it. He's also not getting the Mega Lucario Z, like, just getting it. He's gotta earn it through battle. But we're gonna talk about that soon. Let's give it some time. We're interested in backstories. I'm guessing Lucario have Orsford's fourth. Remember the next episode, didn't Coral sure have history and back Miscallion, the Legion? I don't know. Hamber needs more Pokemon. I mean, he's got 3, and most of these characters have 3 Pokemon, so I think he's doing fine compared to others. I think we should have a side Pokemon series that goes on for about 9 months a year, different characters. I don't know about the main Pokemon anime on that. We'll see. Sango and Agate are among my favorite Explorer members. Hamber as well. Either that or a Legend ZA arc where Rico and Dot get Megas and he gets a full team and Dot catches 1 or 2 more Pokemon. Hi. Skelly Dirge. Also, Mega Halucha debut in the next episode. Legend ZA representation. Hamber with Ursaluna. Agate with Mega and Machamp was obviously the highlight of the episode for me. Hey, what's up, Israel? How you doing? Episode 136 is the last episode of the arc. Are you sure about that, Sharon? Bloodmoon Ursaluna has night vision abilities. Thing is, Agate always have Mega Ring for a Medicham to Mega Evolve. We don't know. It just got revealed here. Or it was recent. Love that while Sango, Onyx, and Agate won the battle, Hamber in the end won philosophically and psychologically. Yeah, exactly. Just leave her in the dust. People are dissing on Roy's Lucario. Okay. Because it was a thing that uses the bond of your Pokemon to win instead of a thing that breaks the bonds in exchange for a power boost. There's been some talk that Pokemon Horizons will extend to Gen 10. We have no idea. I would wait until official information on that. Something like that. Mega Lucario Z is not in the merch leak, so maybe Mega Zygarde might be a surprise. We'll see. He has a good shiny Lucario. Oh hey, what's up, Devin? I usually don't like it when characters get box legends. Like, I prefer something like more reasonably powerful I can lose. Like, I don't know, Darkrai or Mythic like Victini. We get it was the goal. Especially because of Acraizo is really big, it's tough to scale. My response to that is, well, in the previous series that shall not be named, we had a certain character get a Suicune. Granted, that was weakened, but he kind of got it in a regular Pokeball. Didn't really battle it or anything. Also, he had another Pokemon that, you know, was his main goal that, you know, he didn't end up fulfilling in the end. So, if we were to do that a second series in a row, I kind of feel like, you know, it'd be like... what would be the point, you know? The next series, the person's like, I'm gonna get the legendary for this series, fails. I think at that point, it'd be like, okay, then don't have characters have these big goals like that. Then they're just not gonna actually like get it. So I gotta give it to Roy. He actually accomplished his goal. Roy's our boy here. You here for the next discussion? Not imagine if Roy gets Mega Lucario Z next episode, immediately be a better Ash Ketchum. Oh boy, you don't want to say that to the certain crowds of people. They fixed power scaling. Metachan was actually strong, unlike in the battle versus Dot. Did pretty good, though it also had strong spheres too. Mega Evolution plus strong spheres, that's a pretty deadly combination right there. Yeah, I saw the preview. We got an appearance of the Why Not guy whose Japanese name I can't remember. You mean Sodio? Glad that Agate got some development. Yep. Yeah, I can't wait for... Yeah, wait for official information. That is what I've been saying the whole time. Yeah, I'm sorry. Can I just take a second to say, like... I think things have been kind of just way out of whack lately. Because... literally people like literally 2 months ago, oh, Pokemon Horizons only has 13 episodes left and it's ending, and then suddenly like a couple, like a month, like only like a little over a month later, Pokemon Horizons has been extended a year suddenly. Huh? What do you mean? Oh, and certain characters are coming back to the anime with no proof. Like, I'm sorry, but we're getting it kind of. I wouldn't believe a thing certain people say because it's just not adding up. I'm sorry. Wait until, like, yeah, we can speculate what the series is gonna do next, but they could do something completely different. But yeah, seriously though, like I wouldn't believe certain people. Anyways, a guy with the wine on his back, so not a character of the day. Well, yeah. Horizon made history that series that shall not be named did not. Oh my gosh, it's Fizz, no Iono. Your favorite character? It's your favorite character, though! That Suicune should have never been a thing caught this month. It was all used. It was for to clean a lake, right? Due to pre-production problems, yeah. Megastone X, hey, what's up? You must have been so sad, Fizz. Yep, exactly. Well, Iona comes back soon for you. Yep. Joanna will make a reappearance. Yep. We will see Iona again. See what you did, Fizz? She'll be back! We're gonna see her before we head off to save the world! I feel like Alakazam would fit Agate. Yeah, probably. Alright, I'll just stop here really quickly to say, hey, if you haven't already hit the like button, we already hit our goal of 10 likes. We're currently at 10 likes, exactly. Thank you very much. If we could get to 15 likes now, that's the next goal. We also got 14 votes, 50-50, 10, 9, 8, 7. So cast your votes and hit that like button if you haven't already. Definitely would appreciate it. Ooh. I don't know, probably be in the next episode, yeah. Probably. But the final showdown on the crew is going to be epic. We'll see what happens. And the episode Iona will say, I needed to come back just for Fizz. It was necessary for his sanity and for the plot. She's going to look at the camera when she says that, by the way. And then we just need to screen cap it and send it to Fizz on Discord. Be like, your favorite character's back! And she's addressing you! So why is it red on the March 20th on the calendar, is that when we are getting anime news. It could also symbolize the end of the current arc, which that would be in line with the previous 2 years. With arcs 2 and 4, they ended literally like literally the same exact time. So that's what that would tell me. The final showdown will be epic. Agate got the most focus of the 3 in this episode. Yeah. I joined the bad guys too if it means I could meet that or meet Agate. Oh, I see. But what about Cynthia and Diantha, Devin? And B? So just moving on there then, I guess? Okay. I'm guessing the final showdown will be early April. I have a thought of how this is going to be handled now that things have kind of changed a bit. Probably wait until we get the next arc poster or whatever, but yeah. I'm pretty sure that he's referring to Agate, guys. Bloodmoon Ursaluna has night vision. And there will need to be an episode of Travel to Akura, and then the final fight against Spindle will be at least 2 episodes. Do you think it's going to be just 2 episodes? Do you think it's going to be just 2 episodes? I wouldn't be surprised if this goes on a little bit longer. I guess this is going to go into my next point. Seeing as we got plenty of time now, I wouldn't be surprised if this final battle in Rikua actually takes place over, like, several episodes. We obviously got to go pick up Diana, and we got to still kind of get everything together, but, seeing we're obviously not going to be going to Rikua here by the end of this arc, because next episode we're still in Paldea. We might be setting off, and then maybe the last episode of this arc is essentially in the last preparations and line in order to go to Rikua, and then next arc we're going to be in Rikua for a bit, maybe doing some battling, maybe having to go across the world and kind of, you know, stop the strong spheres, because they might be still active even though the, you know, Recruiting Core is destroyed. So I don't know, we got some information coming up probably this week, upcoming week, so I would wait and see. Gen 10 Q1 of 2027, are you sure about that? You love lo-fi music, do you? I think it's pretty good background music, but it's pretty chill. I just think it works for these streams. Earlier on I had some Nintendo music in the background, but I had to kind of be careful with certain things, you know. So I kind of moved on to this. So I'm promoting this lo-fi that's playing in the background. It gives them you know, attention, and you know, exposes them, you know, other people to their music, so you might end up checking it out yourself. But it's nice. I think it's pretty chill music for these streams. I don't know if you guys agree or not, but I find it chill. It's a lot of music I like anyways too. Maybe 4 or 6 depending on how they would extend the battle spindle. It's hard to say. Just gonna say it. I really don't like Freed after what he did, not tell the other Rainbow Detectives he was alive and well. He is so emotionally dense. Treat disgusting character assassination 101. I know, bro. I know how you feel. You know, it probably would have been better if maybe he was captured for a bit and then he broke out and then decided to go to space or something like that, and he left that message for the Rainbow Tacklers. I digress, though. Green Hill Zone, Sonic. Yep. pacing has been pretty rushed, so who knows? I wouldn't assume, Sharon. Let's wait until we get some more information, please and thanks. So knows a very pretty man has kind of like a prince if he was an evil syndicate boss, right? Like Prince if he was an evil syndicate boss. Which in-game protagonist does everyone like and wins in waves? The girl always wins. But we don't really know much about the games yet, so I'm going to probably hold for the time being. I think this series could be 145, 150 episodes, or one more arc after this. I don't know. We don't know. Winds and Waves is still a year plus away, so they could do a variety of different things. Like, again, let's just wait and see what information we get next. Mitchell, when are you reviewing Baki episodes? Should I? The new series is out. We need to watch it, by the way. I have a question. What do you think about the strongest square? Sounds cool to me, but it doesn't have flashy animation. I'm not sure what you mean. Strongest square? You mean the strong spheres? Is that what you're referring to? Hey, what's up, Pokefan? Strongest square. Unless you're talking about Trick Room. Trick Room was kind of nice in this episode. Nope, it's on the 27th. I wonder why. Sharon, this happened literally the last 2 years, dude. That's when we have these, like, this happened at the end of Arc 2 and 4. There was no episode at the end of March. There's always a break between arcs. And if the pattern keeps up, it's a 2-week break. I got distracted and forgot to join. You're fine. Did those two trainers with the pseudo-legendaries Garchomp and Tyranitar really need to use the strong spheres? Not really, but I guess if they want to make them stronger. Being a new animation for formation is worth the wait. Yep. I'm glad we got to see Hamber's actual eyes. A lot more than usual in this episode. Yeah. Dang, we have 14, 15 people here. Nice. What's up, y'all? Remember to hit that like button, and let's get up to 15 likes here, and also vote in the poll. 17 votes. Probably should have 17 likes if we have 17 votes. But anyways, like up and vote up. Since Pokemon threw us an unexpected curveball of Gen 10 being released in 2027, let's stop predicting when the series will end and just enjoy it. Yeah, right? Horizon going on for another year and a half is just too long. Well, why would you... Well, why is that too long? DP was 4 years. AG was 4 years. Like, come on now. Baki is such a wild series. Some of the stuff in that show is diabolical. Yeah. Oh, you've seen that show? Oh boy. I wonder if Devin has watched Baki. Just curious. But yeah, me and Fizz have been we watched the previous series on Netflix, and a new season's out. So, guess we're gonna have to watch it. Frida's on vacay. I admit how he's been betrayed makes it seem like he was chilling. It seemed like a kind of a jerk to his friends. My apologies if it seems harsh, guys. I think he just didn't expect the Risingville Tacklers to disband, but yeah. This episode was really well written. Love learning about Sango, Onyx, and Agate's past. Yep. Agreed. We have to extend it now after the Winds and Waves 2027 update. Amber's eyes are like rocks. Star and Garchomp have megas. Those two strong spheres go for, yeah. Destroy a freaking continent, will ya? Like, we rarely saw Brock with open eyes, huh? Except Brock's hair didn't cover his eyes. That is true. Right. Thank you. They ruined Freed's character. They did not acknowledge their feelings at all. Whew. Super Plush Productions. Hey, what's up? Wait, how do we know if the Pokemon are strong enough as the 6 heroes? They pretty much decided that a couple episodes ago, where they're just like, oh, the Pokemon that are on the level 6 hero Pokemon are right with us, because they basically took them on and managed to handle them, I guess. Megakarzy, who would have saw that coming? Everybody. I didn't know how they were going to introduce that. Was the problem. I'm still a little bit, I wouldn't say like upset or anything. It is a little random that Master Mayonnaise is randomly back in frickin' Paldea of all places, and he's like, I got a new Mega Stone for you, Roy, but you gotta battle me for it. It's a little random and kind of out of place, admittedly, but I guess we'll see how it's portrayed in the episode. We have a lot of characters that are coming back, so we got a whole crew here up in here. Someone posted online that Liko recruiting an army to go up against Spinel. I'm like, oh, she's not. They're not wrong up there. They're getting quite the group together to go to Rikua. It's Avengers, literally. Oh yeah, that's right. Those 2 trainers of the Garchomp Tyranitar hat act as the Mega Evolution, which further proves my point that they didn't need to use the strong spheres. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe what do you think is stronger at this point? Strong spheres or like Mega Evolution? It's a good test. They both enhance the Pokemon's strength, so yeah. The thing with Freed in this episode, oh, I should contact everyone, made me laugh. I can't lie. It shouldn't have, but it did. Like, oh, maybe I should actually get better. The Darth Sparathis. Hey, what's up? They don't explain if Roy has Aura. It'll make more sense if Ash had that Mega Lucario Z, but Ash is no longer in the series, and that he left the series before that existed. So, yeah, I mean, technically, Roy was kind of using his bond with Lucario earlier in Mega Voltage, but yeah. I'm not happy about why not Guy returning, but I'll leave that at that. You too? I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't really mind him coming back. I thought he was pretty chill. Not a super, like, important character or anything, but, like, he's pretty cool. I mean, he could help out and, like, spread the word that the Rising Tacklers aren't the bad guys, along with Piran and stuff. I don't know. We do kind of need some people to help out, because we got a pretty big battle coming up, so I guess we can, all hands on deck at this point. Next arc could be the final clash against Spinel. I mean, I would assume the next arc is the final clash against Spinel. Again, Master Mayonnaise suddenly appearing is overly convenient for the sake of plot. This is my favorite series, but overly convenient plot points is a main flaw. I agree in this case, because it feels random, not gonna lie. It'd make more sense if we went to Kalos and then we like make a pit stop there and then we run into Master Man. He's like, oh hey, by the way, I got something for, I found Roy but you need to battle me for it first. I feel like that would make a little bit more sense, but yeah, that's just me. So basically risk the bond between trainer and Pokemon. Oh yeah, I'm sticking with Mega Evolution, right? I kind of actually like the dynamic there. Like, kind of like how, like, with Legend ZA and Mega Evolution kind of coming back up, and, that being, important with bonds with trainer and Pokemon. Now the strong spheres is kind of the, represents the opposite, where it severs that bond between trainer and Pokemon. I don't know, I think it's kind of neat how they kind of, brought that into the equation, not gonna lie. Unfortunately, Alt can't contribute to the 18 Terra types, so he basically, yeah, I'll just fight with Mega Evolution. It's what I do best anyways. I mean, Master Mayonnaise randomly returning for the sake of plot is random. Randomly random, I see. And I just didn't really like his episode or his antics, I guess. I mean, I don't think it was too bad, personally. I mean, I don't hate the guy. But, like, I don't think what he was doing in that episode was, like, particularly, like, too bad. But that's just me. How is Freed breaking the laws of physics 24/7 with Mega Starmie out of battle? Right. We all know you secretly love that he's coming back. It's a secret. A secret. It's a shame that Liko and the gang did not explore ancient ruins to find the armor. Instead, character randomly appears and gives it to her. I am getting deja vu. You know, people complain about Roy being given everything, but you know, Liko getting the armor like that doesn't get brought up in the same equation. I don't know. I just don't see it, personally. It's alright, though. How is Starmie staying in his mega form outside of battle? I don't know. Anime logic. Or maybe he just likes it like that. Oh, also, I don't know. You all heard, but Alt is now said, according to the fandom, has not allowed to get a Terra Orb and can only use Megas or so help them. I mean, he would technically need to do the Terrestrial course, which, yeah, he doesn't seem too interested in that. So I guess I'm not too upset that he's not part of the 18 Terra types, but I was kind of hoping maybe Dragonite would maybe be able to Terrasilize, since it's right by frickin', Terrapagos, who can, Terrasilize Pokemon, but I digress. We got Rayquaza filling that role. It's actually a very good point. Freed Starmie should have stayed in its Mega form. Shouldn't have stayed in its Mega form. Where Alt was given a Dragonite that holds its Mega Stone. Yep. I want Liko to get stronger to narrow the power gap to Roy. Would be nice. She's decently strong, but could be a little bit stronger. I'm confused. Why are people so angry? I don't know. People complain that we have another Pokemon series where the male character is more prominent battler than the female. That's funny when you say that. Who was winning the battles earlier on in Horizons? Liko. It's just that lately Roy's been portrayed as stronger, so yeah. From his daddy, Waddy. People just do be angry. They're not angry, they're angy. They're angy. They think they're angry, but they're angy. I mean, most of the female protagonists, anime-wise, are either coordinators, gym leaders, or just end up traveling companions with Ash. For the ones that were in the prior series. But we do have strong trainers like Cynthia. So, not saying they can't be, strong, but yeah. Anything about hypothetically Terra Orb, that is not anything we were talking about. Like another strong battler like B. Angie. Hangy. Okay, yeah, they're in Hangy mode. I'm trying to think. There's something I was gonna say here. Oh. Yeah, I will say for this next episode too. You know, I think it's funny too because like that Hawlucha was in the opening. Everybody was like, "Oh, that's gonna be Alt's third Pokemon." Just trust, it's gonna be Alt's third Pokemon, and yeah, or no, it's gonna be someone else is gonna get it, or it's gonna be some random trainer, like someone one of the explorers is gonna whip it out. Turns out it's actually Master Mayonnaise's Pokemon, because he was just gonna suddenly show up at the end of this arc with it. I don't know. I think it's kind of funny because like the openings can be misleading, but for Horizons, they've surprisingly, been accurate to bringing certain Pokemon or trainers, into the series. So I was thinking for a long time Hawlucha was just going to be one of those Pokemon that's it shows Lucario battling it, but it's not going to be anybody's. But it turns out it was who would have thought it would have been Master Mayonnaise? I don't think anybody saw that coming, so gotta give it to Horizons. They once again subverted expectations. So yeah, Mega Hawlucha debuting next week. That's something. Ash's female travel coordinator like it could have done something different with them. Yeah, Cynthia will probably never appear again. Speaking role. Because of her Japanese VA died. Yep. I forgot about that. Dang. Wouldn't cool if Serena got Mega Absol in the X and Y series. Okay, minor complaint I do have with the episode. Why did Hamber have to keep calling Rotom, specifically Mo Rotom, and give it commands? Right. Dang it. Sorry about that. Knocked something over. Really, I'm just glad the status quo has been restored from the dang pesky Liko being the main character of the story, because there's protagonist, but there's also the protagonist. Pesky female becoming the main character of the Pokemon franchise, right? Like I've said before, Liko feels like she was like the main protagonist of part 1 of the series, and Roy's kind of taken over as main protagonist of part 2. Which is why I'm like, maybe that's why they were listed as like dual protagonists, because one's the main focus of part 1, the other is the main focus of part 2. And both they're both relevant in both parts. It's just that like Liko was definitely the driving force in part 1 because her great grandfather was Lucius. Terapagos is her great grandmother's Pokemon, and a lot of the stuff that's happening, revolved around her. Whereas Roy kind of was like, oh, I just had the ancient Pokeball, nothing special. But now he's like, the leader of the Rising Bolt Tacklers, he's got Mega Evolution, he's got Rayquaza now. So, he's built up quite a bit this part, so I don't know. That's just the observation I've made. Low Kicks has to be Alt's third Pokemon. What were the writers smoking when they decided not to give a main character low kicks? I don't know. It's a shame. Oh, before I forget, I actually predict Agate with Mega Medicham months ago, and on accident giving her the one fan project I'm doing with a friend. Nice. I'm joking for the record. You're fine. I figured you weren't serious. Maybe the anime will reveal Mega Hawlucha's ability. That would be cool. Well, I guess we'll see. Be neat to see. If I'm being honest, I kind of wish that Liko and Roy both got more equal amount of focus for both parts. I suppose. That was the one problem. I remember people were frustrated with Roy in part 1, and now people are frustrated he's getting too much. So it's like, which is it? Not enough or too much? Hey, we have a new person here. I'm sorry, I don't... Edge... K-O-K-K... I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. I actually saw Master Mayonnaise getting Hawlucha because it has to be someone Roy has encountered to battle with. Really? Interesting. I feel like it's obvious I'm joking, but I'm always make sure to clarify because, well, everyone here knows that there's always the one individual group of people. Yeah, you're fine. I can tell when people are joking, luckily. Funny how Roy accomplished so much, and yet his new public nickname is Fraud. Why? Yeah. Catching Rayquaza equals fraud, apparently. Some anipoke user 11797. Serena having Mega Delphox would have been nice. Well, the Mega Delphox, the levitating ability kind of hurts it in battle because it can't benefit from Psychic Terrain or Expanding Force. How about an in-between and don't make him a Gary Stew? True, but like I wouldn't call Roy a Gary Stew. He's lost quite a bit in Horizons. He's won quite a bit, but he's also lost quite a bit, so I would say they're doing fine with him. It'd be different if he was winning every freaking battle. Freaking battled. And he just walks around, he's just like, give me the trophy, I'm the greatest. Although nowadays, Rayquaza, you might want to just give him the trophy. Kinda wish Chestnut had a different hidden ability, yeah, okay. Fickle people are fickle, that's why they say one thing and then switch up quickly, exactly. I'm excited to see Alt's father. I guess we'll see if we get more information on him. Because he's a spoiled brat who hogs attention and development and just gets things without earning it. Which spoilers ain't true exactly. It's pronounced as Agate. Agate. Gotcha, sorry. I have trouble pronouncing words. It's my thing. It's my quirk. People hate Go, and mostly when it came to catching Pokemon. I just think the way he caught them was my problem. With a random Pokeball, he would just pick up, throw it, boom, caught. Which got annoying after a while. Can you see Roy's parents and how that far their son came? Save Roy's character by having him lose to Mona twice. I told you, bro. Did I not tell you? I literally said this months ago. I'm like, dude, watch. He's going to lose against Nemona next time. And look what happened. In addition, he literally won on a technicality in that match. So, yeah. I just need to keep emphasizing that. Yes, he won, but it was on a very wonky rules. Granted, if the battle continued, he probably would have still won anyways, because he had an absolute advantage at that point, but yeah. I think Mega Delphox, yeah. Go's problem was mainly his goal was unrealistic, so it was always an instant catch to make progress, yeah. I feel like Go was a character that had a lot of potential that got squandered, especially at the end with Project Mew. It's a shame. I actually really like Project Mew too. And Go was catching everyone who was just done, and the writers are aware of how dumb it was, so then halfway through they scrapped it and gave Go Project Mew. But Project Mew was actually good until the end. That's the thing. They replaced that with something actually good. Until the end. Literally, but it's probably gonna be real. I would rather not talk about that. Just saying. What's your favorite shiny Pokemon? Everybody post in chat. Mine is shiny Grimmsnarl. I don't know what my favorite would be. I'd have to think about that. Hey, look, Green Hill Zone again. I'll let the chat answer. Generally thought Project Mew Professor Guy would be evil and just use them to get close to Mew. That's what a lot of people were wondering at first, but that didn't turn out to be true. Mean of go, yeah, uh-huh. Well, it's damned if you do, damned if you don't at this point. Just like with Roy and Rayquaza. But yeah, Beedrill. Beedrill's nice. History and Zorora. Ooh. It's pronounced like you're saying it, the letters A-G-K-O-K-K. Gotcha. Is Matt in the background? No, he's I think he's in his room right now. I've been doing these streams in my room. I used to do them out in the living room, but with Matt, you know, doing his cooking and stuff, I didn't, you know, want background noises to pick up. So I've moved the streams to my personal room, so I'm actually in bed right now, so doing these streams. Bet you didn't know that. You want me to grab him and say hi to everyone? Sometime? I can do that. You know how past Sango shirt and the history and best Legion colors? Speaking of which, I need one of those in Pokemon Go. Matt's invisible. Shh, yeah. It was his birthday the other day, by the way. You guys want to give him a happy birthday? Do you want me to grab him? I can't. If he's up for it, he might not be. I don't want to like surprise him. Medicham is supposed to be a physical attacker, yet has Psybeam, which is special. Happy late birthday, man. I'm gonna message him. Hamber was really awesome in the episode. He really dominated the battle with Chalice. Just barely defeating him because of Mega Evolution. Oh, he said, tell him I said thanks. Table anime woes. If it's an anime, they can all run all sorts of sets. Make it viable unlike the games. Happy birthday, Matt. Nice. Like Agate has 3 Pokeballs and still has Pokemon that we don't know about. Could surprise us. If he's up to it, happy birthday. Sigalith and Alexam. I'll grab him. We can ask him the shiny question too. He said maybe in a bit, so let me see. I'm gonna talk to him a little bit. Stream will be over soon, so let me know. I'll see what I can do, guys. Agate using pure power Mega Medicham. Oh, speaking of Mega Medicham, someone yesterday said Mega Medicham has a legal move set because it learned a move that came out of the Mega that was already released. Kick? Axe kick? I do realize move pools can change, right? Yep. Or should have caught low kicks. Would have been cool. Oh, he's coming, guys. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go grab him. My frickin' arm. standing up for this. Oh, you can just come in.
Alright, what's up?
Say hi, chat. They said happy birthday.
Hi, thank you.
So I figured Thomas asked this question in chat, so I figured I would pose it to you.
Okay.
It's a Pokemon question.
Oh, great.
And what, in your personal opinion, what is the best shiny or best looking shiny?
Shoot, I
Or
don't
what
know.
your favorite would be? If you had to pick one.
That's really hard.
Thomas says happy birthday.
Thank you. And I don't know, cause there's like whole different like just classes of shinies that I like. Like really, I like a lot of the really gaudy ones that Gen 5 added. Like Haxorus, and I'm thinking another one. I don't know. I know Aegis Slash was a pretty nice shiny. I like Bloodmoon shiny. I don't have an absolute favorite. It's really honestly I don't have all of them like in my head right now. So
That's fine. If you want to post them on Discord later, you can.
if I think about it, yeah.
Okay.
But honestly, you know what? Steelix. is
Steelix?
pretty cool too.
Okay.
'Cause it's just like gold.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I don't have a more concrete. I'm really bad at like having like one solid favorite. Everything. It's just I like. I don't know. I don't like picking favorites.
I guess so. That's fair enough.
Yeah. I have the ones I like, and then everything else, I guess.
Gotcha. All right. Well, people wanted to wish you happy birthday, and I just figured I'd pose that question for you. So.
All right. Cool. Thank you.
Yep. I'll let you get back to your thing.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Everyone say bye to Matt.
Bye.
Gotcha. All right. Oh, I stood up for that one too. Anyways, let's see. Wow, I step away for a minute. The chat went crazy. Let's see what we got. I'm thinking Roy might still catch Sandy Shocks if they go back to Area Zero. That's if they go back. That'd be cool though. Would have Ace Kick, Lunge, Throat Chop, and maybe Impression. Oh yeah, it's likely that Horizons will slowly introduce some Gen 10 Pokemon like they did with Best Wishes in Advanced Generation. Yeah, probably towards the end. How is a new move Amon gets in a later game illegal just because they couldn't get that move before when the OG Mega was added, right? We have Double Kick and Struggle Bug and Nimble. Yep. Hamber used a similar strategy like Conway from the DP series of Trick Room because Duxmore is slow. Yep. If you could give Nico and Roy full teams, what would they be? I would have to think on that. Probably not something to ask on the spot, but yeah, probably have to ponder on that a bit more. Yep. Azumarill has a nice shiny, also Greninja, Rayquaza. Bloodmoon Ursaluna was really cool to see in the anime, and it was really cool to see Hamber using it to battle in the dark, but the real MVP of the episode was Dustin. As it dominated the battle. Yeah, first part for a little bit, especially during Trick Room, but then after Trick Room went down, oof. So one more thing about the Agate complaint. Okay, bye guys, and Liko, please catch Altaria. Alright, see you, Thomas. Like, people think Dusclops is better in competitive scene than Dusknoir. I'm not familiar with competitive, so I wouldn't be an expert on that. It's also not a Pokemon I typically use, but yeah. Axe Kick is a move Medicham can learn in its Scarlet and Violet move pool, which I presume is the move pools they were using for Pokemon for this series. Yep, that's what my assumption would be. Since, well, this is the series that's airing during Gen 9, so that would check out. Mega Ampharos would fit Dot, Mega Clefairy, Flable, or Absol. Mega Absol, Mega Tyre would fit Liko. I guess we'll find out. Like, you know, Liko kind of needs a Pokemon that can Mega Evolve in order to, you know, Mega Evolve. So if they were to, you know, have an arc after the final battle, and they end up, you know, traveling around, maybe, you know, taking care of things, because, like, with the strong spheres going out of control, maybe, like, the Pokemon world needs to be, like, cleaned up, or, like, certain things need to be ironed out, so maybe she could get, you know, a Pokemon that can Mega Evolve. I don't know. Technically has 9 Pokemon, so 2 more could fit her to have a full team. Surprised that Gen 9 is now 5 years. I know. I feel like any of those people complaining about an illegal move have an invalid argument. Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, Gen 9 will be 4 years at the end of this year, so yeah, there's that. Still wondering why Ursaluna wasn't affected by Glalie self-destruct. Seems like maybe it avoided it, I would assume. It seems like Garganacl was the one that actually took the self-destruct. Or it could be like a self-destruct explosion from ZA where you can just like get away pretty easily from it. Like my short I put out last month, or a month or two ago, excuse me. Whenever I put it out. I think it was affected. It just tanked it. Dang. It's a tanky mon. I mean, Bloodmoon Ursaluna is a pretty strong Pokemon. I agree. Nice. Beware of the forest mushrooms. Some of this forest move could be earth power. Okay, guys, well, we are over an hour into the stream now. Kind of getting to that, you know, sweet spot now. So, you know, we still got a pretty decent crowd here, too. For especially this late into the stream. Got anything else to talk about today? Again, we're probably going to be getting some news, and there's a video that I'm currently working on. I recorded all the audio for it last night, but there's one other thing I want to mention, so I'm going to probably record an additional bit here. Hopefully I'll have this video out tomorrow. I want to try and get it out before we actual news for Horizons drop, so my plan is tomorrow, but we'll see. Kind of got to make the video first, so... yeah. But anyways, I remember, hit that like button. We got 14 people here and 13 likes. Could use another like. So we get 15 likes. Also remember to vote in the poll. We are at 22 votes! Nobody has voted 6-5 or lower than 5, so this episode is definitely liked. 55% say 10-9 and 45% say 8-7. Not bad. Ursaluna is a force to reckon with. Moonblast fits the Pokemon so well. Literally Pokemon that took form from the moon. Didn't the Ursaluna just use Moonblast and Bloodmoon? I think so. Wigglytuff really should know Moonblast as a move. The way Jigglypuff evolves into a Moonstone, yeah. Rayquaza has base defense of stat of 90 with Bloodmoon Ursaluna's base defense is 120. Wee. It just tanked that self-destruct. Whereas Rayquaza took one self-destruct to the face and fell down for a bit. But then it recovered. I have to say Romodom was a good support for Dusknoir. Yeah, surprisingly. Worked pretty well. It's pretty tanky. It also used Slash. Yeah, Slash? Slash hurts. If you know, you know. By the way, what's up, Miraculous365? How are you doing? Rotom used Thunder Wave on Glalie. Slash, it did use that. Slash has a high crit rate. Youch. Its last move is probably Earth Power. Forward slash or backward slash. Now, if we're playing Final Fantasy, backward slash is only going to do half damage, but forward slash does full damage. Ursaluna, Bloodmoon Ursaluna are both normal ground. Okay, bye. It was a good discussion. Alright, see you, Megastone X. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for hanging out with us, Sharon. I want to see Diana use Petra to battle with the using Malignant Chain. Also, it's Poison Puppeteer ability. Alright, guys. Anything else for me today? I'm getting a little bit on the hungry side. I don't need to become angry like certain individuals. I need to be happy, not hangy. Also might play a little bit of Go while I'm out. I have nothing else. Dang, I might get Panda Express again. Sounds good to me. I have nothing else. I'll be here for the next week's episode discussion. Nothing at all, dude. Okay. 8 out of 10. Hopefully one of the explorers will switch sides and have a Poison Terra type Pokemon. Well, the problem is we've already got that handled with Diana. Oh no, not the hanger. Don't make me mad. Hungry. Hangy. 9 out of 10 episode for me. Gotcha. Well, I don't want to be a hangy boy, so I'm going to go get my Pandy Express. Why not? Maybe we'll have Matt post some other shinies, although he did say shiny Steelix. But I won't force him to do that if he doesn't want to. I have a feeling that Diana will have one more battle with Liko using Petron before they head to Rakua, and then battle Petron will reveal its Poison Terra type. That'd be cool. Yeah, I was going to say, we kind of need that before we actually go to Rakua. We don't know that for sure. I guess technically they're assuming, but doesn't hurt to try. Honorable mention the shiny Haxorus. Yep. Had a fun stream. See you soon. Bye now. Alright, see ya. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Hopefully we'll see you in the next one. And we hit 15 likes too. Awesome. Okay, on that note, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up here. If I didn't say Beedrill, that would be my answer instead. Gotcha. Alright, we are going to probably wrap things up now. Gonna go ahead and end the poll. 22 votes, 45%. Not bad. Yep, and we got 15 likes. Yep, it was fun, guys. So pretty much hit all my goals for the stream. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and wrap things up now. For this upcoming week, like I said, there is a video that I'm currently working on. Hopefully, I'll have it out tomorrow. I got a few things going on today and tomorrow, so hopefully I can get it done. I don't want to delay it till next week, but my hope is by tomorrow I'll have it done. There's an additional part I want to record that I forgot in my video that I just thought about in this stream, actually. So I will be adding that to the video, so thanks guys for that. Then as for this week, we'll be continuing Fire Red. Celadon City is where we're at currently, so we'll be starting that. The Mario movie, Mario Galaxy movie is having a direct on Monday. I kind of want to do a reaction to it, but I also don't want to get copyright sniped, so we'll see. If you guys really want me to do that, I could do that, but also just keep in mind copyright might actually get me, so proceed with caution on that. But we might be getting some Horizons news. If it's like the last 2 years, we'll probably be getting a poster sometime this week, so something to be on the lookout for that. So quite a bit to do this week and not too much time, so yeah, that's something to look forward to this week. So anyways, we're actually going to wrap up now, so wonder how old Sidon is. I don't know. Maybe in his like 20s, mid-20s, late 20s, somewhere in that range I would guess. Maybe 30. I'm not sure. Anyways, that's all I got for today's stream. So if you're still here, thank you so much for joining us today. Hope you have a great rest of the weekend. Have a good day or night wherever you're at. And I'll see you all later. Bye.